Sup guys, back with another banger. Before the video starts, coaching prices on the screen right now. Not gonna waste your time though. Join my Discord if you want coaching. It's a goddamn banger. Sup guys, back with another banger. And today I'm gonna show you guys how to carry by identifying win conditions in League. First of all, this is most likely the biggest difference between a high elo play and anything below Masters. Even in Masters though, press tab. Sounds easy. What do I really mean by that? The first thing I really think about in the game, obviously, is where I want to path towards. In this game, we have a tank top, both TP. This is not a lane that's gonna get me ahead. This should be treated as your last resort. The biggest thing, which most of you do, is actually looking at bot side. And I will cover that later on. After we've covered that, the important thing is really to look at the jungle matchup. In that case, Talon against Acheron. I have Ignite, so inherently winning if he is not flashing my combo, alright? But the important thing after that you really have to look at is your mid lane. If you have a mid lane matchup, you have to identify level 1 to 3, especially if you are quite an oppressive jungler. Losing matchup would look something along the lines of that your mid laner has less CC, damage, and perhaps even a melee mid laner, because most likely he's not going to get the push in. Ignite runes is also very important to look at and can make a big difference, especially if you are invading or for those 2v2 skirmishes. Even matchup, well, it's even. Let's say Orianna against a Ahri, quite an even lane. For Orianna, quite debatable, but has more damage and easier time to deal damage. Ahri though, if she hits a charm, does most likely slightly more, but quite even. A winning matchup, obviously high damage, CC, pre-6 and Ignite for the early game. For example, LeBlanc, really oppressive, Ahri, quite good, even Talia, right? I would say LeBlanc is a clear giveaway, especially if she is running Ignite and TP. Ahri, pretty decent. Orianna again. Talia, if she misses her stun, you just have to adapt. Alright, full clear examples, okay? If you have watched one of my last videos, this was the game here, and I blurred out my name because I really want to play on this account for a little bit longer, and I don't want anyone running me down, which has actually happened because I was criticizing Kiri. So I'm just gonna blur it out. You might be able to find the account if you just check the other people. Who gives a shit? This is the example, okay? Last video, this was the game I played in. I didn't go for any invades, and I will tell you exactly why. Why did I not go for any crazy plays on that last slide I just showed you, alright? So this slide right here. If we take a look at my bot lane, right? Why did I go for full clear in that game? If we compare this to this, just take a quick look at my bot lane and my mid lane, alright? Mid lane wise, it's not a bad matchup. Jungle wise, can be even, I would say, a fuck mastery. Overall though, if I take a look at my support, it is not hard to play for these jungle on the bot side, but it is certainly way tougher than comparing it to this game, which I played. So here we have an Elise bot lane. We have Anivia mid. Again, mid lane matchup, right? Anivia against Khazad. Khazad is the worst champ ever. He's running barrier. I have Ignite. I'm winning the jungle matchup, and I have an Elise bot. Very important. Bot lane is volatile as fuck as well. So I want to play around that lane anyways. And if I'm able to play in Trundle's bot side, while being able to at the same time have a bot side, it's going to be very beneficial to us since we have the better mid laner, the winning jungle matchup, and a huge support with CC and loads of damage. Diagnose your bot lane and your support matchup. If there is a tumor growing on bot, if you have Sona, if you have Janna, if you have Seraphine, Yuumi, please diagnose it and at least compare it to the enemy support, alright? I'm not saying you can never play around bot side jungle or for ganks. Certainly not, especially not on Talon. Sometimes you can, but if they have a way stronger bot lane, invading on their bot side, if they have a Pyke and you have a Yuumi, let's say, is most likely not to play unless they are like 1 HP at most. Giga Chat support list, just to cover it, kind of. Anything with a hook, CC, high damage is preferable. Most champs have either none of that or everything. Terminally ill supports, they don't have a hook. They are not weak, okay? And I listed Lulu here. If you have Lulu again, and they have Seraphine, and you're winning the jungle matchup, and maybe you have slightly a better mid lane, you certainly play for bot side or think about it, okay? If it's the complete opposite and the enemies do have that kind of stuff and you don't, you want to avoid that. So what should we do in this game? Please look to play for bot side. Again, we have tank top, winning jungle matchup. We have the better mid lane early on. We have Anivia QE. It's really easy to hit actually. They have Khazad. This guy uses Q, deals 50 damage, and that's it. Alright, bot lane volatile is shit, ADC is quite even, but really take a look at the supports. And here, if we want to go more in depth, look at my ADC's room. He has lethal tempo, Caitlyn has fleet footwork. This is actually quite huge. So a fight is going to be so beneficial to us on the bot side. And guys, before you apply anything, just be aware of this. Assumptions, like I just told you, playing around the bot side should be treated as true until they are proven wrong. If my bot lane is dying before I even finish my third camp and get level 3, you have to adapt. In a perfect world, you go for that invade, but you still have to adapt to certain circumstances, alright? This is not a religion after all, okay? This is League of Legends. In the Bible, there is like apocalypse and you should still stay faithful to the process. Like in League, we're not doing any of that, okay? So please don't think, okay, my assumption is I'm gonna full clear because it's the best thing. That is dog shit. But also, like on the other extreme side, you should not try to think of crazy stuff. You should, but you should not do it if shit hits the fan and it's really bad. Alright guys, I'm not gonna waste your time. We're gonna go straight into the breakdown, and I really want you guys to take some notes. Try to analyze your games immediately after having watched this video and try to think of the stuff I just showed you and I'm going to show you. Alright guys, going into the game. As we have said, we want to play for his bot side camps. And there is something very important about all of this. How do we know he's going to start bot side? Alright, because he might be starting bot side and then I'm invading him after 3 camps and then there's nothing, alright? I'm going to show you the scoreboard again. Look at the top lane matchup, alright? If you're a Trundle, where do you want to path win con wise, right? You don't want to invade a Talon really, especially with a losing mid in the early, since you won't have the prio, but you for sure want to play towards bot side, right? So if Trundle paths bot to top, and let's say I waste slightly a bit of time and I go 3 camps into his blue, I'm gonna be honest, that kind of sucks because in the end, then I would have just preferred to just full clear and do anything else. But again, assumptions need to be treated as true as long as they make sense until proven wrong. And in that case, it's really a win-win for me. So even if I go 3 camps into his blue side and there is nothing up, I can just insta-base, get a long string, go top side. And I'm totally fine with that because that just tells me, yeah, okay, I was kind of wrong. Couldn't have invaded him on bot side then, but I'm kind of winning the game because he's playing for a useless top lane and he's just leaving his bot lane volatile. Not even mentioning that I'm most likely gonna kill his bot side, level 3. Very likely because it's quite volatile, okay? So this is how you have to think about it. Make sure your assumptions, even if they end up being wrong, they still put you in the best position. First of all, I would say ward his raptors every single game out of base or ping your mid lane to do it at the very least. Here I just kind of autopiloted. Stock standard 3 cam on Talon. Big indicator is as well, please look at bot side. As we can see, my bot is getting the push in. So I will have the Elise roam timer available to invade his blue side here. Very important, guys. If your bot is getting pushed in, I'm not saying you shouldn't go bot or into his bot side jungle, but maybe instead of going into his jungle, actually, you just gank bot lane instead. Since we get the push, make sure to use pings, use your ward. Again, guys, I am doing 3 camps, which means he has done 3 camps, right? Now I'm doing the 4th camp, which means he's doing his 4th camp. So a lot of times, if you got a ward here, you can pretty easily with this prio just take 1 camp. I would say this is a big mistake though. Usually, Trundle should have shown by now. Usually he should have appeared by now. So I kind of wonder, did he invade my top side? This is the only reason why I'm starting his Grumpy to not waste time. In reality though, I guess he has a slow clear or maybe he just fucked it up. Really, I tried to ambush the guy, alright? So as soon as you finish blue here, and especially if you have your Elise here, try to ambush him. I can tell you on Talon, Elise stuns him and I literally have ignited him full combo with passive. He would be dead even if he had flash, alright? So this really sucks now because, well, I don't have my cooldowns anymore. So we end up chunking him pretty hardcore. I end up igniting him just to get his flash here. This was quite unfortunate, even getting a tower damage here. The important part comes here, alright? And I'm gonna say it like it is. On Talon, this is way easier than on any other champ. I guess Nidalee and Lee Sin are also pretty efficient at all of this, what I'm about to show you. But the important thing here is, look at one single thing. Look at where the fuck is mid, where the fuck is bot. Alright, we know their bot either based or is not walking here, and there is a Kassadin moving. So where do you want to play this fight? You want to play in this pocket here, okay? In this direction. This is where you want to kite towards now, with your support and mid lane. Why? Kassadin is here. Now we can 3v1 the Kassadin, alright? Trundle is over here. Pyke is over here, over here. we don't want to advance towards this side, alright? And Trundle is gone anyways. So please don't waste time. All I'm looking to do here is really to walk towards this side, because any other side we're gonna get outnumbered. So this is what I do. Another big thing, guys, invading. I think Eeks is talking a lot about invading. Even if you only get a single camp and you miss out on a kill, if you have especially a weak mid laner roaming, you are literally denying them so much CS. If you take a look at mid lane, right? This is why looking at the mid matchup is so important. If you have a winning mid, your mid is gonna shove it in. You're gonna have prio, right? And I guess CaoZi, even though he didn't have prio, he's moving, right? But look at midwave, right? There is like 4 minutes or 5 versus 2 minutes, and it's gonna freeze now. So even if you get away here and you're not even killing anyone, you basically want jungle getting a camp and you want mid lane at the same time. Alright, this is why it's so important to take a look at every single lane, especially mid lane, to identify if you even want to do this in a different game. And I have CaoZi and they have Acheron. I'm fucked here, alright? I would die to Acheron, and Acheron wouldn't even lose a single minion, most likely, alright? This is very important. How to move here and why it's good in the first place. Here, very important. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about with this sequence. You have to stay alive and waste your time, alright? Why is me not walking up here the best play? First of all, Pyke just uses E. Now he's gonna have to flash on me, alright? And I'm just looking to create as much distance as possible to Pyke. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here, because all of this is pretty close to him. I'm just looking to maintain distance from Caitlyn moving over here and Pyke moving here, right? This is the biggest distance I can create. And I'm just looking to walk over here. If Caitlyn comes, I just walk back, right? If Pyke comes, most likely I'm going to walk into Pyke more so than Caitlyn, so he gets the kill. But I'm really looking to bait the enemies in, because every single second they are wasting chasing me is the second where my teammates are going to be able to damage them. And especially for Anivia to get a good QE and for Melis to get a good E on them. So that's all I'm really doing here. Baiting the Pyke. Here, I could run away, but I was kind of worried that he's going to get his E or Q back up, so I might as well just deal damage on him. And my teammates do have flash. I don't think they should flash here. Honestly though, I think it's better just getting the kill ASAP and not being greedy with flashes here. We end up getting the kill here. As we can see, Trundle actually ended up staying. Has no flash, I already got that. So that basically opened us up to do all of this. Guys, again, if your Elise was not roaming here, maybe I should have gone after blue buff, right? This is our just basic thinking, to be honest. And this is how you have to adapt to the game state. This is very important now, alright? Coming out of base, his top camps are going to be up, his bot camps are down, okay? So all of this is down here. So I'm just looking, since I have the tempo on him, deny him the crap. And this is quite important, alright? We just saw Trundle over here. And all I'm really looking to do is going to top scuttle. So there's two cases. Either Trundle appears here, and I obviously should try to get this. Then I know, alright, I'm just going top to bot now. But if Trundle shows on bot side here, all I'm looking to do is to get this crap and immediately walk mid lane for a fight. Obviously don't int, but really just to protect my bot side now, okay? This is all I'm looking to do here. Being very dynamic with my pathing in accordance with the enemy jungle. Don't stay topside and lose your Raptors and perhaps even Crux and your bot lane is getting ganked, okay? Here, the only reason why I really walked is because I do have phase rush. So I'm actually able to survive this. And Pyke doesn't have flash anymore. So there's not really a way for them to kill me. Actually end up killing them now with Vayne. Great move, but even if she didn't move, great position here. And now I'm just getting my bot camps. We just saw Trundle moving from here to here. This is where we last saw him. So all I'm looking to do now, guys, please don't go for Crux. Don't go for a base. Just skip your Crux and cover the top side, alright? He might get one camp, but it's actually at this point really good. His top side camps are up, okay? So if he goes for my blue buff, yeah, I lose it, sure. But remember, he did 4 camps. I did 4 camps. But now, if he's going for my blue, I will be able to do 2 camps at the same time, alright? If he stays for my Gromp, I will kill him with Ornn. if he's not staying from a gromp, he's walking all the way from crab to here and all the way back to his jungler. And in that time, I'm doing 2 or maybe 2.5 camps in the same time. Alright? Big thing though, do not do Crocs here, you have to skip them, because if he's staying for my gromp, I'm just losing it for no reason at all, and I can contest it, okay? So very important dynamic pathing. I see lots of players, they don't like skipping camps, but sometimes you really have to, because the assumption is he is topside and he might take my camps. Okay, very important here. You can see how I'm putting this camp in case he is coming and I don't have any ward up. So I'm really cautious here. At this point, I know if he wanted to invade me, he would be here. And I can still, if he's coming from here or here, use this ward here and smite this. At this point now, I'm moving up. Just checking. I know right here, I could ward this, and maybe I should, because if he has a ward here and he uses his pillar on me, might get very close. I'm just gonna smite it and get my movement speed from my runes. Anyways, though, I should maybe ward this. My intention here is really just to W this and then walk back and clear this camp, you know, multi-camp, very efficient. And I'm also kind of checking if this is still up. If my W doesn't hit anything and my jungle pet doesn't jump over, I know, okay, he might be here, or he might have just done my blue and there's no topside, okay? So I'm kind of checking here without warding. And here, already pinging. All right, he's not here. Great. What do we know now? I know he did my blue and now he just ran back to his raptors into Crux, which means I can do 1 camp, he does 2 camps, which actually just means I am gonna be on bot side 20 seconds before him, maybe 15, right? A single camp takes 15 seconds. I do a single camp, he does 2 camps. So with all of this information, what can we think about? What is our best case assumption here? Remember, bot lane is winning. I still have a volatile bot. I for sure want to play around bot side. Important thing here is his wolves and his crump are going to be respawning. I think his wolves already respawned. So with the tempo that I have now, especially adding on top of that my movement speed on Talon, I am looking to do my Crux into this. So boom 1, boom 2. Why is this now available to me? And why should I actually do my Crux and not just go straight into his jungler? Again, I did 1 camp, he did 2. So now I already have a 15-second lead on him in terms of tempo. But why do I not instantly go into his wolves? I have to run from here to here. So I need to invest 30 seconds, whereas he needs to invest 15 seconds, alright? So I'm not gonna be able to do his wolves here without him being able to be here. Again, I have 15 seconds on him. But right now, this distance is really the same for us in terms of time investment, right? We would arrive at wolves at the same time. So all I'm looking to do with my tempo is be here in 15 seconds. In 15 seconds, he's here. Then finish my Crux, 15 seconds, so then he's here. And which in turn means I will now meet him on his gromp while having cleared my camps, alright guys? Sometimes invade timers straight out of base are not the play. Sometimes the best play is to be efficient, clear 1 camp, maybe your red, maybe your rat, maybe your Crux, right? In that case your Crux, and then hit him on his camp. Okay, me going straight for his wolves would be very bad. And on top of that, look at my support, right? Not here. I really wanna synchronize my invade with my mid lane and my support. So that's what I'm doing here. Really looking to smite this. I have 2 charges and immediately moving into his jungler. Here, use your pinks. My support is actually doing what I'm telling him to do. Great. So I actually end up going here. Very important, guys. If my support wasn't here, the first thing I would do, since the bot based, is pull this gromp into this bush, maybe even use a sweeper if they wanted it, really to just see if the pike is moving, right? Trundle might even walk from here, which she actually ends up doing. Since my Elise is here, I'm in no rush to go in this bush, she can just cover it. And to be honest, I should really not use my W here. My Q has a very short cooldown. My W is like 7 seconds, I think, or roughly something along those lines. I should look to attack it twice, use my Q, refresh it with the execute and use smite on this. So I'm able to have my full combo backup for anyone moving here. Alright? If I'm able to chunk out the pike, kill the trundle, or chunk out any single one of them, we can potentially dive this on bot, or just use the chunk to get a free trade here. So this is a very bad usage of my abilities, and I even end up smiting it anyways. Very late smite, by the way. Don't smite this late. Anyways, now if I had my abilities, this guy would be this low. If I use W, W2, Q, auto, and get out with phase rush, I would not only be full HP, I would also have chunked this guy out to the point where I might even be able to play for his wolves now. Okay? So very important. This was a slight mistake. We still got the camp, very nice. And now, guys, keep up the pressure. Like in my last video, I chunked out the Master Yi, if you remember, on Drake. Then I invaded his Crux. So even if you don't get a kill, if you can chunk someone, it is good enough to then later on use the chunk, okay? Here, I honestly played this game very bad if I'm looking now at it. I shouldn't just throw my W. I should E in and then make sure to hit my Ws. This was, I don't know what I'm doing here, to be honest. Point still stands. Make sure to bait out his smite. Now you cannot contest the bot grab. I don't have tops camps anyways. What's about to happen is kind of advanced. I just press tab. I don't have my map times enabled, but I just press tab and this is on 42 seconds, okay? My gromp. He's topside. First of all, ping his topside. We have vision, so it's fine, I guess, if I don't. I'm really looking to get my 6 on his crab and then try to make a play ASAP on bot side and insta recall for topside. In a perfect world. If anything happens on bot side and it's really a shitty play suddenly because my ADC is dead, sure, just base. And one thing I want to mention, don't play for grab into Drake. If you play for grab into Drake, he can easily gank your top and take your entire top side, and you got a Drake, but he got to kill into camps, okay? I see lots of players. I'm going to upload a coaching very soon of a Acheron player in Platinum Elo. Lots of players do this even in Diamond Elo. They just do Drake and trade on the map. You want to do camps, get kills, and then do Drake when there is nothing for the enemy to trade for it, in most cases, okay? So that's what I'm trying to do here. As we can see, I'm very patient. I'm not running bot ASAP. I have smite up soon. I need my 6 to be able to do something on bot side, okay? So now I'm running here. My teammates are way too impatient. And this is quite important. I know Caitlyn has no sums. Very important. But the point here is, if I die for Caitlyn, I'm gonna get a kill. And she might kill me, but she's gonna lose the entire wave, okay? So this is for me a win and for my ADC a win. Okay, my ADC is going to be able to catch up on XP. He might get a plating. He's for sure going to get a wave and deny the wave. So this is a great play. And remember, I don't need my R yet because crops still haven't spawned in the next 1 minute, okay? So I'm going to have my R back up roughly with the crop timer in 1:15. So not too bad. Enemy ADC loses the entire wave. Way better for me to get the kill and deny the wave than any other way. Alright, what did I tell you? This is why you have to think in foresight. I only went for the play on bot because I'm for sure going to be in time for topside play, alright? Dying in the early game like this, especially on carry gems, is so good. And you want to utilize getting value and kind of estimating your timing, your respawning camps, right? If you die for a kill and you're here in time, great. This is a good death, okay? Win-win. Here, as we've said, I assume that this is what's going to happen if I go bot side. But I knew, okay, I had enough time. And I'm punishing him. And this is where the game really takes a big turn now. We got a lead, but now I'm able to get the biggest lead ever. This kill is nice, but what it's really allowing me to do is now all of this. Okay? We even knew the timers of these camps. We had a ward here, so we for sure know they're up. Trundle, 30 seconds dead. Please, don't go top to bot into Drake. Don't go base. I mean, it doesn't make sense anyways, right? Take his top side. If he goes for Drake, you either recall for item and hit him there, or maybe you even gank mid if you can without a recall and then contest him on bot side. Anyways, just go into his top side and then you decide what to do. In some cases, if you have a losing bot, you just recall for your bot camps and give him the Drake and then play for crops. Here though, are quite strong. Again, don't tunnel vision too hard. If there is a free kill like this, just go for it. Makes the game really easy. Anyways, getting his top side. Trundle has respawned now. Again, he needs 20 seconds to be here. At this point with these items and just being Talon, I can take one camp and a second camp. But please don't do Raptors into red. Why? First of all, he might have smite and just outsmite me. And junglers always walk either to red or to Raptors if they know they're getting invaded. So what is my best play here? My best play is Raptors into his Crux, especially on Talon since I have E, right? So I'm quite mobile. And then if he's checking red and Raptors, he's like, okay, he only took my Raptors. In reality, I will be finishing Crux when he hits his red, and then I can basically bait him to do his red and kill him on his red and outsmite him there. okay? Don't start red after Raptors because he's gonna see you and starts fighting you. Let him start the buff. By the way, buffs are the tankiest camps, so it's way more efficient for me to do Crocs and Raptors give the most gold anyways. So like I'm basically covering every option whilst being very efficient here. So let's skip ahead here. Immediately walking over here. This is very specific on Talon. Always make sure to use this, let me go back slightly. Always make sure on Talon to use this wall right here to get vision on the Crocs. Very important. Why? If he hits red and I use my E here and not my Q, I would not be able to jump over. Slight adaptation though. I really want to do his red buff, but I see a great gang on top. Getting one camp or getting top lane killed and denying waves is obviously better than a red buff. Here though, very important, I don't have W up. On Talon you need WRQ to get your passive on someone. So very important, use a danger ping and wait for your W. I see lots of people, they just panic just because you all used R. He shouldn't have to really take damage here and tank. He did, it's fine. Making sure to just ping him. And this is now a very important concept. I have covered it in every single video. But if you take anything away now, we know one thing. Trundle could either be on red, going into Crux, or he could now be on his bot side. And if you're Trundle and your bot side, you're really thinking about this, right? So why should I do Crops? Why should I do his red? Why should I do anything on top side if I have this much gold and I can base and hit him here or here? I will be honest, he might be able to get Crops while I'm basing. But if he's getting Crops, I'm just going to be able to do all of this, okay? Camps into dive, into Drake, into this, and the game is over. Okay, so I'm really able to play for my win con again, whilst also really just playing for his camps. If he is bot side, what am I doing? I am covering this now, so I might be able to kill him on my camps, just like I did on the bot play into the Grump, right? It's all the same stuff, you just have to know these patterns and recognize them. You can see, guys, in this video I focus on win conditions in the early game and how to build a game plan. But this is a concept I cover in every single video, even my last two videos. Exact same concept, okay? If you are able to do crops here, you maybe should think about what you're losing in turn, okay? I prefer getting 6 camps on bot side and the dive and the Drake if he does crops. And I don't even have top camps anyways. Alright, so let's see what happens. Trundle on Drake, running out of base, and guys, I don't want to say this is lucky. This happens so many times. You will get rewarded big time for these plays. Alright, so I'm able to be here, getting Drake, and yeah, basically just being here for my team. So here, we end up killing all of them. Yeah, I'm not gonna say if I wasn't here, my team would lose it, but for sure not as great of an outcome, and anything else would be very suboptimal. Here, I actually threw my W way too short. Should have walked slightly more. Could have maybe killed the Kassadin. Anyways, now, what do we do here? Finish Drake ASAP. Why? I want to play around crops, and I have time with my Anivia to get Drake, whilst also moving to top side, to hit the Trundle again, okay? Now I'm thinking about run top side, run top side, run top side. Why? Trundle is going to be there, my camp's up. Immediately rushing top side here. In that case, I'm actually quite greedy. I think I'm able to do 2 camps whilst also covering top side because I just have such a great clear. If you don't have a great clear here, you might just want to do Raptors into top side crap, alright? And just check it. If you need to base, just base, right? But I already based. So immediately here, covering top side, don't show in vision. You don't want to tell the enemies where you are unless you have no other option. Here, what do we see? Trundle topside. What do I do now? I mean, I could really do anything. I could play for his Crux. I'm really just looking where Trundle is pathing. So I'm kind of checking if he's coming to crops, so he isn't. And now, just hit him. Again, why should I do crops if I have R up and an Ornn? End up killing him here. Could go for the Mundo, but I pretty much was sure that I'm going to kill him with Ignite. Get the kill on him again. Get all of his camps, then we can think about crops, alright? Outside in roll, take the furthest thing away, the most dangerous thing, where there is a very short time window, and then work your way backwards. So that's what I'm doing here. Getting my camps. Even if your teammates are pinging you, perma, do crops. Don't give a shit. I have more than enough time to do all of this. And now I'm working my way back to crops. If he goes to contest me now, he really can't. And he's also pretty homeless again. Like, as you can see, every jungle I'm playing against ends up homeless. Like, he's kind of like an Oliver Twist, a little child, because he's not able to get really strong from camps. And yeah, he's living in a very dangerous world now. So, why do I not base? I have loads of gold. All you need to do here is really ping that Trundle is bot side, because the only thing you can really do is gank bot or mid. So ping like I'm doing here. And guys, I just had a coaching yesterday, and this is the greatest analogy. Think of jungling in terms of boxing, okay? In boxing, you have round 1, 2, 3, 4 until you knock out your enemy and you win. All right? Preferably. This is, let's just say this is round 2. I am still in round 2. Trundle is in round 3. But he is in round 3 and he does not have an opponent, okay? He is boxing without anyone watching because there is nothing for him to do. And usually you want, like, you after every single base or death, you enter the next round, all right? For this round, for me to win this round, and especially not lose it, all I have to do now is really just full clear. Because I earned the right to win by just clearing, you know. All of which I just did enabled me to just full clear now and be completely fine and win the next round, okay? He's out of base, but he's not fighting anyone and just losing to no one, okay? So if I'm just doing my camps, that's the best case. And on top of that, it really you really want to avoid doing anything but this, because if I just rush mid lane, if I rush bot lane, honestly, I get way more value from free camps anyways than a single kill at this point. And the second thing is, you prevent yourself from stupid plays if you think of it in terms of rounds, okay? So yeah, that's all you have to do here. Please, don't think at this point you have to make another play and another play. Just slow down at some point. If you had a good sequence, meaning after your base, you've done some shit, you really want to think about just farming. Think of it in rounds. What is he doing in his next round? Well, he's going to be bot side. As we can see, he's bot side. Just ping. And again, even if my teammates die, there's no Drake, there's no bot camps. So unless he's getting 10 kills out of nowhere, I basically won hardcore. Here, immediately base, my camps will respawning bot side, cover him bot side. I'm also thinking if there's nothing happening on bot side, I'm just going to do bot camps, bot scuttle, and then play for his top side. As we can see though, immediately rushing over here. And this is quite important, okay? There is going to be a play, so I actually end up just mining this to get the camp while still being able to play here. And yeah, this is now the nail in the coffin. This is where we win the game. Oh! Like, this champ is so fucking dopaminergic, like, it's crazy. There is not a single champ who's as fun as Talon when he says. Here, okay, guys, I know this is obvious, but just for the sake of it, we are now in round 3, okay? Trundle was in round 2, I was in round 2, he was in round 3. I based, now it's time, round 3, already knocked out this entire team. Like, his coach, everyone is getting knocked out, and now it's time to put a nail in the coffin. I want to put the nail in the coffin, kill him, and yeah, basically win the game here, okay? Keep the foot on the gas pedal. Now I'm able to make a great play on bot side, and now extend it, dive them. A very subtle thing. If you have ever encountered this situation, it's quite frustrating if you don't know. If I just stay here, if they are smart, Caitlyn, and let's say there is like not an entire wave, but only like 4 minions in front of the tower. If they have good wave clear, let's say Seraphine and Caitlyn, they can literally just, or let's say Lux and Caitlyn. Lux just uses R on the wave, Caitlyn uses Q, the wave is gone. What I'm doing here is really important, okay? Use my Q, W, and do you see the subtle move now? I'm here, okay? And I know they're thinking about pushing out this wave. I don't think they can, but it's very important in different scenarios. Right here, I'm really walking up here to kind of scare them to not hit the wave. I know in this case, it doesn't really matter. The wave is huge as fucking with 4 people. But you kind of want to like make the enemy second guess what you're about to do. If you're like gonna dive them before the wave hits. So they're kind of like second guessing if they should go for the wave. Here, it doesn't really matter. But just to give you like a gold nugget. Quite important. I couldn't really have tanked any longer. I did what I could. And yeah, I think at this point, let me look at my notes. I think the game is basically over at this point. We can go like into mid-game stuff. And here, yeah, this was quite unfortunate. I use Ignite to get my movement speed from my runes. Here, I could have done a jump over here and then walk here and jump. Quite bad. I kind of gambled it. Obviously, it's going to hook like this, ends up killing me. Whatever, Tron is dead, I'm dead. And yeah, quite important though. I still managed to run away so the Pike has to ignite me. So CaoZi is not even getting a kill here. My team ends up killing them. At this point, we're so strong, guys. Out of base, Trundle's top side. I'm quick. I have Yumus. I'm strong as fuck. Go straight into his Raptors. I was really looking, again, options, right? Hit him on top side. Or if he's not on Raptors and if they're up, I can literally go over here. Either war, kill Caitlyn. That's what I'm thinking about here. Since he is here. Oh! Yeah. End up dying to Pike. My team is now getting full tower. Yeah, as we can see, game is basically over here. If you want to think about mid-game stuff, check out my last video. This is about it. I might upload a coaching session in the next couple of days, specifically for the mid-game. Great video, covers everything in the mid-game, guys. Anyways, not gonna waste your time. Thanks for watching. Check out my Discord down below for coaching. Pricing is on the screen right now. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye-bye.